And one of the things that most agents forget to do is to take a break.
To take a break.
Anyone who takes a break is more productive statistically than people who don't. They don't rest. So they run, and they...
Because it looks like there's so much to do. And then, you know, the universe is funny. The minute you take a break like this, you get so busy. And then you're like, wacha nirudi tu. Imagine, you're like, wacha tu nione tu client moja. So, but it's very important to take a break. It's
very important. There's this race that's called, I think it's called Idiotic race. It's done in Alaska. That name is difficult. Idiotic. I can't pronounce it. But this race is people should go and research about it or read about it. It's one thing that will teach you the importance of taking a break in life.
And how often should we take
90 days.
90
maximum
days?
After 120 days. After 90 days, you should take a break. Don't extend it beyond 120 days. You'll burn out. So, can I tell you about the race a little bit so that, especially for our audience, so they can understand what I mean? So, there was a time, these kids in Alaska who were very sick. And then a shipment arrived with the medicine for these kids. And so guys were mandated to go and pick the medicine about 1,048 miles. So that's about 1,600 kilometers. And that place is a long time ago. So they weren't using choppers. They had to use dogs to go that far to get the medicine and bring it back to the children. So cut long story short, they went and they brought the medicine back. So to commemorate that, they created an event of racing, same mileage. And the first person to do it successfully did it within 20 days, from 21 to 20 days. So then other people came in from other countries to do the same, to participate in this race. The Americans decided we are the hard workers people. We are the people who are good at doing things hard and, you know. So you know what they did? They trained their dogs to run for 24 hours. Literally, they train their dogs to run for 24 hours. They'll put them on a treadmill to run for 24 hours. And then
after 24 hours is over?
I mean, then is when they will take the break. The dogs will take a break.
Oh.
So, cut the long story short, in that race, the dogs were able to, this team was able to get to the point and back in 16 days. But the dogs were dead within 50% of the dogs died within half a year. Within 1 year, yes. Because they overworked. They overworked. But there's this guy, I think it's called Martin. What he did, he said, I'll know what I do. I'll do what I know what to do best. And what he did is that he decided his dogs will rest more than they run. So they will run for 13 hours. They will rest for 13 hours, and run for 11 hours. Guess how long it took him to do the race? Just guess.
It was shorter.
Yeah, it was
8 days.
Just 8 days.
No way.
He halved it by 8 days.
Because they were well rested.
They are well rested. It's the same thing. If every employer says when the employees go for leave and they come back rejuvenated and energized. Don't worry about how much business will be waiting for you when you come back. You need to have a rest in your life and in your business. Every quarter. If you can pace it quarterly, you will be at a better place. You will generate more business.
You will.
Yeah, and you can take that rest, some of those days in that rest to go and now think about your dreams, because you don't plan for a year, you plan quarterly. You plan for a year, but then you break it into quarters. You remember we talked about this last time. Yes.
Because then it's more tangible.
It's not tangible, and then after 12 weeks, we usually forget what you've learned the last 90 days. Assuming that you've been developing yourself as a person, there's a lot you've forgotten by that time. So you need to refresh, review your dreams, and then ensure that you calibrate with the actions you're supposed to take in the next quarter.
Okay.
So that's another reason why you should go for a break, so that you can calibrate. If you don't, then before you know it, you are running in the wrong direction in the next quarter when you're supposed to be running in a different direction. So that's another reason. It gives you a lot of energy when you realize, oh, this is what I did in this quarter. I did this. There are a couple of things I did well. There are a couple of things I didn't do well, and I can do better in the next quarter if I just adjust. So when you sit down to adjust, you come out with energy. You've rested and you have a new vision.